We do have another political headline this morning. Facebook has suspended a British company, a data company that was used by Team Trump during the 2016 campaign.
That's after the company called Cambridge Analytica reportedly breached the profiles of tens of millions of users without their permission. ABC's Kenneth Moten is on the story for us this morning. Kenneth, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula and Dan. Cambridge Analytica is defending itself this morning. The data analysis firm tied to President Trump's 2016 campaign is under investigation by Facebook, accused of mishandling information about more than 50 million users. The London-based company, which uses data to build psychological profiles and influence voters, was hired by former Trump chief strategist Steve Bannon during the election. But a new report from the New York Times suggests some of the data the company uses to create its profiles was provided to them against Facebook guidelines. Cambridge Analytica denies any wrongdoing, saying it deleted all of the data after it realized it was improperly passed on by a third party. The firm says it never even used the information for its client, the Trump campaign. Now, the campaign also denies using the firm's data, saying instead that it relied on information from the Republican National Committee, saying, quote, any claims that voter data were used from another source to support the victory in 2016 are false. But 50 million is a big number, so Facebook appears to be taking this pretty seriously, Dan and Paula.
In fact, Kenneth, Facebook is now saying they've temporarily suspended the company from posting any ads. What can you tell us about that?
That's right, Dan. Facebook says it received reports that not all of the improperly handled data was deleted, so Cambridge Analytica has been suspended and blocked from posting Facebook ads during this investigation. The social media giant called the allegations a, quote, unacceptable violation of trust, and is threatening legal action for any unlawful behavior. Dan and Paula.
All right, Kenneth, thank you for your reporting this morning. As we said, our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, is standing by. He's going to be hosting this week a little bit later this morning. Good morning to you, George. So let's start out with Andrew McCabe, the former deputy FBI director. He appears to be an important cog in the Russia investigation, but is he not tainted as well by recent revelations? We learned his senior advisor, who was investigating Trump, was sending anti-Trump messages, and also the fact that the FBI's own Office of Professional Responsibility recommended his firing.
Well, you're mixing up a lot of different things there. There's two big strikes against Andrew McCabe. Number one, the Inspector General faulted him for lack of candor, and the firing was recommended by veteran FBI officials. That's set against the backdrop of an entire process that's been politicized by the president, calling for several months for Andrew McCabe to be fired, interfering in an FBI process, which is highly unusual. Those messages you're talking about are actually private text messages, which probably should have never been leaked in the first place. And there are also anti-Clinton and anti-politician messages wrapped up in that as well. So I think that's separate from Andrew McCabe. But he is a key witness here in the entire Mueller investigation. We now know that he's turned over notes to Mueller. He has potentially information that could back up James Comey's stories about the firing of James Comey, the potential firing and interference with Michael Flynn. So he is a key witness, and you have to ask the question, is President Trump trying to taint him as a witness in the Mueller investigation?
Well, he does have some powerful allies. As we reported earlier, John Brennan, the former head of the CIA, had some extraordinarily strong words after the firing of McCabe. We can put up his tweet. He tweeted, when the full extent, and this is him speaking to the president here, when the full extent of your venality, moral turpitude, and political corruption becomes known, you will take your rightful place as a disgraced demagogue in the dustbin of history. Does this, to your ears, intimate that Brennan has some sort of inside information?
It certainly intimates it, but I don't know for a fact. I mean, none of us can get inside John Brennan's head right there. He was the CIA director. He obviously knew a lot about Russian interference in our elections. What he may or may not know about President Trump's involvement in that, I don't know the answer to that. But yeah, those are incredibly strong words from a former CIA director right there.
This situation, though, just to be clear, not normal to be having this kind of sniping at the highest level.
Nothing about this is normal at all. And now for the president to be suggesting and his lawyer to be suggesting that Robert Mueller investigation should just be shut down, that is going to be a 10-alarm fire if that happens. You've already seen senior Republicans warn that if President Trump tries to shut down this investigation, they will move to protect Mueller. That would be a red line they don't think should be crossed. Now, is the president really willing to go there, or is this just more bluster? We don't know the answer to that yet, but we do know that is a huge red line.
George, thank you very much. And a reminder,
Thanks,
George has a big show on this Sunday morning with much more on the fallout over McCabe's firing and the latest on the Mueller investigation. He's going to go one-on-one with these two gentlemen, Intelligence Committee members, Senator James Lankford and Congressman Adam Schiff.
We need a timeline and a flow chart for all of this, plus the powerhouse roundtable debates what the special election win in Pennsylvania means for Democrats, chances of retaking the House in November when they're trying to flip over 20 seats. That's coming up on This Week right here on ABC with George. Thanks again, George.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.